I think there is something like with everything, there's something to grasp from it. And the concept, like you said, is good. And if they don't deliver on those three things, then I lose interest.
Yeah, me too. There has to be some story. Welcome everyone to episode 136 of the COD Casuals. We're your host, Justin.
And I'm Mike.
How you doing, Mike?
Very good, man. Very good. Yeah. It's another, we did 135. It was kind of raining out.
Yeah.
Same deal here. 136.
Yeah.
Pouring rain.
Well, yeah. Within the week, though, it wasn't raining. It was actually really nice.
Yeah, dude. It was gorgeous. Like, it was such a nice week overall. Like, the temperature, we've gone down to, like, where we should be with the, like, in the, I don't know, mid to high 60s, maybe in the 70s.
Yeah.
You know, we could wear, like, sweatshirts and wear, like when we went to Helix, which we'll talk about, I was wearing a denim jacket, and I'm like, dude, there's no problem. I'm not sweating.
Yeah.
You know? And I think the rest of this week, I can't remember how it's going to pan out. If it's going to be, like, really hot again. I think this is the only day of rain, though.
Yeah. It's supposed to be sunny the rest of the week here.
Yeah.
Which is nice. And it's just, like, 70s.
Yeah.
Sunny.
Yeah, I'm just praying that the humidity's gone. Because at school, I can't do the humidity anymore. I'm so over it. It's like...
Well, it's probably going to be humid this week with this rain.
Yeah.
For, like, a bit, but it's not going to be overbearing with the heat.
Yeah, that's my only pray.
Yeah.
I'm praying for no humidity.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I mean, we're chugging along here. Like, we're finally getting into fall weather. I'm here for it, bro. The pumpkin spice is here with dunks, bro.
Oh, yeah.
The vibes are here.
Yeah.
The candles and the gaming. Here. Like, dude, we're good to go.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I'm chilling, though. How about you?
I've been pretty good. You know, just grinding away at COD, which we'll get into later. But over the weekend, we went to the Boston Uprising watch party, which is, for people that don't know, it's the Overwatch League, which is under the Activision branch. Mike and I know nothing about Overwatch.
Absolutely zero.
But so we went because obviously to show support to the Boston Uprising, but also the Boston Breach, new roster. They're gonna be there and meet fans and stuff. So obviously the COD Casuals, we have to make an appearance.
Yeah.
We showed up. We were watching Overwatch, and let me start off. The production of the OWL is actually really, really good.
It's so nice.
It's way better than COD.
Yeah, I mean, let's not beat around the bush. It's way better than COD.
Yeah.
I think, though, because that game Overwatch, they're playing Overwatch 2, I mean, it works for competitive so well.
Yeah, and they've had way more years to build up that brand and get everything right.
Right.
So CDL has plenty of time.
They can take some stuff from them, though.
Yeah, they could. They definitely
take
could.
a couple pages out of that.
Only thing is, though, is that I think the Overwatch League might be disbanding, so maybe not take all of it. Yeah. But, regardless.
Right. The good stuff, at least.
But watching Overwatch, though, it was cool. The difference between, that game and then COD, and also the Boston fans for Uprising versus the Breach fans.
Oh, it's insane.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no surprise, too, that there's a much bigger following of the Uprising than Breach, just because Breach is a newer brand. But, man, they were turned.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah, they were insane. And then, I think we ended up leaving before, one of the matches had finished up. But I know we saw on Twitter, I mean, those guys were going insane when they ended up winning.
Yeah.
It's nuts. Watching Overwatch, though, I have no idea what's going on. It is so hard to follow that game. Just being somebody, again, complete outsider. I've played Overwatch 1, I don't know, maybe a total of 10 hours. So I know very little about the game. But I mean, we had talked about this before, and it brings up a point. It's not really related to Overwatch, though, but it's just in these esports in general, how some of them are so hard to just pick up and watch. The only ones that are the exception we've said are Rocket League, and I would argue CS, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
All the other ones, there's so many rules and so many different things that are going on. And, of course, with Overwatch, the operators having to understand what they do and why certain players are using them and how they're using them and all that stuff. It makes it, insane to watch if you've never played the game before.
Yeah, and, I mean, I never played the game. But watching Overwatch, you can just tell it's all teamwork based.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, most esports are, but, every operator is just stacked on top of each other, playing together, trying to take down an enemy or whatever. But the fans, though, overall, obviously they've had more time to build up the fan base in Boston, but it was awesome because people were coming with flags.
Oh
like,
yeah,
they
that
were
was
like,
sick.
someone had like face paint on and stuff, and when the Uprising like came on broadcast, like the players and stuff, they all got so loud.
Yeah, and it was cool too because they were right there.
Yeah.
The players, they were playing in like the side room right
Yeah.
over there, which for a fact they heard.
Oh yeah,
They heard everybody just freaking out. Like that was definitely some gas for them to push on through.
Yeah, and that must be a lot of fun. Like hearing that, like slightly in the background.
Yeah, just enough.
Your fans cheering for you. Hopefully, Breach get there like one day, and I'm sure it will.
Yeah,
with the fan base. But yeah, so Boston Breach, they had like their first appearance as a squad. Sadly, Priesta wasn't there, but that's because he had like flight delays of Hurricane Lee,
which was ridiculous.
Yeah. So he wasn't
He
there.
made it safely.
Snoopy wasn't there either. 'Cause same exact thing, flight delays. But Slasher was there. Cap was there. Zed, Dens,
And Josh.
Josh. Yeah.
Yeah, it was the full squad. I mean, it's just so weird. I mean, like for us with because we've seen Capsule before, and then of course we know Zed and Dens and Josh. But seeing Slasher there, I mean, for people who maybe don't follow, like he's a world champ, and he's a multi FPS champion, like within COD, I should say. He's won a whole bunch. So seeing him there is just very weird. I'm like, oh man, like dude, there's Slasher. Like Jesus Christ. And then we got the opportunity to go talk to him for quite a bit. The nicest guy.
Yeah,
You know?
very, very cool guy. Very, he's just very calm. Like it's awesome. And I will say too, I was a big Slasher fan like before he joined Breach.
Yeah.
But I could always tell like when drama and stuff came up around him, like dude's like right. Like I feel like I think the same as him.
Yeah.
And I'm like I would be really good friends with him. And then when we actually had a conversation with him, like it just flowed so naturally.
Yeah, absolutely. I would agree though. He's definitely like you in the sense that you have no problem speaking your mind. He's definitely like that. Like he was saying some stuff where he was just like not unhinged, but he no filter.
He's
just like when talking about COD, he's just like, oh yeah, like that game's great, or like, oh yeah, that game's terrible.
Yeah.
Like it's not like, it had some pros and cons. Like no, game's awful.
Yeah.
Which I like. I like when people are real about stuff like that and they just wear their heart on their sleeve.
Yeah.
I mean, and two, he's been doing it for so long. I think he said he's 29. Yeah. He's 29. He's been playing for, I mean, I don't know, probably well over a decade, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. The guy's a seasoned vet. So it was really exciting to see them all together. Again, of course, like I said, we didn't see Priesta and Snoopy. They did make it there the next day. But seeing photos of them all together, I'm really excited for this year.
Yeah. I'm super excited for this year.
Yeah.
But yeah, shout out Austin. Dude, he was a really cool guy.
Yeah, he's a beast.
Yeah, and like the rest of the team too. It was nice seeing Den's back, Zed, Josh. Like, I bet they're all happy to be back. And Cap too. Cap didn't talk that much, but he was locked in.
Yeah. He's trying to follow Overwatch, bro.
Yeah,
that's what he's trying to do.
And also, it was pretty late, and like no one ate yet.
Yeah,
including us.
Yeah, that's true.
It was like 8:00.
Yeah, we hadn't even had any food that day. But no, it was a really good watch party. It was a new experience for us. I mean, they always do such a good job at the Helix Center putting on watch parties.
Yeah.
So it was cool to see one at a different esport. Man, we did feel like fish out of water though, just because whenever anything would happen and they all start freaking out, we're all just like kind of looking at each other like,
yeah. I was just looking
awesome, bro.
I looked at the kill feed. I'm like, big play. Someone got a kill. Yeah, someone got a big kill.
Happened here.
Yeah. Shout out Tyler though. You know who you are if you're listening. He made us like feel at home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he definitely did.
He was like, "Yo, the COD Casuals." I'm like, "Oh wow."
Yeah, which I always appreciated. Really cool. Yeah, he's a great guy. So no, it was really really cool. And we did talk a little bit. I mean, I can't remember if you were talking with him. I think you were. Because we'll jump into it. We talked about it in 135. It was a little slow with MW3 news, but with Austin or with Slasher, I got the chance to ask him. I don't think it's anything like, shocking. These pros, some of them have played the game before.
Yeah, a couple of them already have played.
Yeah. Won't give too much insight to what he really said, but the fact is that he has played these remastered maps, which we did get leaked, or like they were shown.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say leaked. They've been shown off. Like almost in their like entirety. Isn't that fair to say?
Yeah. I mean, like we know that the remastered maps are coming, and some pros have already said that they've played it. obviously,
which is so cool.
Yeah, like
every time.
Ghostie's played it. Afro's played it. I'm pretty sure Simp and Abizi have played it.
Yep.
And obviously they can't say whether it's like good, bad,
Right. There's only so much.
Yeah, there's only so much. But I think it's really good that they're playing it.
Yeah.
Because that's good for us, right? Because I do truly believe that at the end of the day, pro players know best for the game. Obviously, they're biased towards, being a professional. So there's stuff that us casual players and like pub players use that they would never ever use. But they understand like the core mechanics of the game. It would make us casuals happy.
Absolutely. I think that gets overlooked a lot, in that the pros know like the basic stuff that's going to work for the casuals. But then all the other stuff, like certain equipment, certain attachments, other like maybe some perks that are not going to be used, that's where it's left in the hands of the developers, or maybe people who are on the content side of Call of Duty who don't play professionally, for them to help tweak. Which I don't know if they do that. If they have anybody who are more like content focused around Call of Duty who have play tested the game, I think it's mainly just the professionals. But it is really good to see that these guys are playing the game, and I hope that they're taking their input. Because they've done this before. Like, this isn't a new thing for Call of Duty. But I mean, we talked to him before, and this was news a long time ago with talk about Slasher with Modern Warfare when it came out. How like the hard points, there was like 15, 16 hard points, and he's like, "This is insane." Like there's no way you can have this. And then they did it anyway.
Yeah. So again, it's good that they tested it, but they have to take their feedback.
Yeah, exactly.
And actually implement it. And, if anyone's listening from Activision and they need some game testers, we're here.
I'll gladly do that, bro.
They're the casual players. Yeah. We grind a lot. So
yeah. we've put in enough. I mean, we checked with MW2. We put in like, I don't know, 600 hours, 700 hours almost around.
Yeah,
there.
it's a lot. It's over 20 days.
Oh, yeah. Well over. Yeah. I mean, we're going to easily do that for MW3. There's no doubt.
Yeah.
Already with these.
Because this game's already going to be better.
Yeah.
So, which is proof that, working full-time jobs, you can, like, grind out the game.
Oh, yeah, it's possible.
Just gotta,
find the time and put the time in.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, that's all it is. But, man, seeing these maps remastered, like seeing the photos, and we've seen some gameplay of it. I believe they showed High Rise.
Yeah.
What do you think about it, man? First impressions, you see that.
I'm really excited for it. Obviously, the map's probably going to be, like, altered a little bit just because it's not the same game.
I don't mind that, though.
Yeah, I don't mind it either, as long as they don't like create like a whole new room or like something where it alters the map like drastically. But I don't mind it. Basically, the clip that we're talking about is the speed of mantling.
Yeah,
and it looks great because the amount of times you and I, and I'm sure you guys listening, that have jumped from one ledge to somewhere and then you mantle by mistake, or you try to mantle and it's just so slow you get killed. In this, you can get away.
Yeah,
it's speedy.
Yeah, that's what I really like the most about it. There was a side-by-side comparison from this game to MW3 regarding the mantling. This game looks so much faster. It still looks like it is the same movement mechanics, but just sped up. And again, I like the movement mechanics in MW2, but like to your point, it's just a bit slow.
Yeah.
Or it can feel slow at times unless you have dead silence on and you're flying. So I think this is exactly what the game needs. It's a small tweak, like we said. There's just small things. There are a couple big things, but regarding the movement, like there's not a lot that they need to do. And I don't think they want to do anyway, because they don't want to stray too far from whatever iteration of Warzone we're going to have. It can be Warzone 2 or Warzone 3. I mean, we haven't heard anything about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looks really, really smooth. Just from that one clip, it's like people are foaming over that.
Yeah, and we're we're excited for it because, well, obviously we like MW2 2022, and we didn't really play that much MW19 because we didn't like it that much. But the speed of that game is way better than the speed of like MW2 right now.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming it's going to be a mashup of both, hopefully slightly faster. And you and I both like fast-paced games, and also COD is supposed to be fast-paced. I hope they go away with the what's the word?
Realism.
Yeah, the realism of like, oh, you can never mantle that fast. Well, who knows? Maybe there's like a superhuman that can. Like I don't. The amount of times where I've like mantled, right, and then you press X, and your guy like goes up a little bit, and then you drop back down by mistake. Like I don't want to deal with that. I want to flow.
Right.
Flow through the map.
Yeah, I mean, people forget that like Call of Duty is an arcade shooter.
Yeah.
Like, yes, it's in the FPS, of course, because that's what it is. But it is an arcade shooter. Like, it's not supposed to be some, like, war simulator.
Yeah.
Like, there's some of these games out there that are trying to become that and do a really good job because that's all they're focused on. But Call of Duty is not that, and it never should be that.
Yeah.
It should have this kind of arcadey feel. And I feel since MW19, they started to stray away from that. By having this more heavier, more realistic movement of like, okay, when you got to go up, you got to like, you'll grab a ledge and then you'll pick yourself up over it, It's like, leave that to Battlefield.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I don't want that over on COD.
Yeah. And like going back to the remastered maps, doors are confirmed that they're going to be in the maps, which I don't like. I don't think anybody likes.
No, there's no way anybody likes that.
Yeah, but it again in this game there are doors, but I mean they're annoying. Don't get me wrong, they're really annoying. I don't like them, but it doesn't hinder me as much. And like I'm assuming a lot of other players, they're annoying. Trust me, I'd rather like not have them in the game at all, but it could be a lot worse.
I think so too. I think the doors though, it's like everything with Call of Duty. We've just gotten used to it over time.
Yeah.
We've just been playing it for so long. Like with this now, I mean, now 3 years we've had doors?
Yeah.
But yeah. No, 4 years, right? Did we have doors in Cold War or no? Can't remember if that game had doors.
I think, no, it did.
It did?
Yeah.
Yeah, so 4 years of doors.
Yeah.
Like this is just the COD that we know now. Door warfare, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, I've gone back and played, like, I mean, during this MW2 cycle, like I've played just a handful of games of CODs without doors. And it feels kind of weird at first.
Yeah.
But then you realize, oh yeah, this is what it's supposed to be like.
It just flows.
Yeah,
straight,
exactly. Yeah, no, absolutely. The doors and the breakables, like thankfully the breakable walls is gone.
Yeah.
I mean that's one of the worst ideas in recent years of COD is having breakable walls. They should never ever bring that back. You can cheese that like no other, and there's so many times where it costs you in situations because your gun doesn't perfectly connect with the frame that you got to break the wall. Yeah, I hate that. So if we're gonna have doors on some of these maps, I can see it kind of being overkill, but I hope that it's done nicely. Like I'm trying to think of the map. I can't remember exactly what it looks like. I'll sound like terrible trying to explain it, but like if you spawn in, right, there's kind of like a field area. It's a 3-lane map. There's field over here. In the middle, in the right side, there's like a whole street that goes all the way down it. Then like before you get to the middle of the map, like in the middle of the map, there's like 2 small doors on each side, like right in the middle of the map.
Is it in MW2?
Yeah, it's an MW2. Do you know what map? I think it's Invasion. The
original MW2.
The original MW2
with like the shop.
It's got shops all over it. Yes, Invasion. That's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
Like I can see this map being Doorfest.
Yeah. That map I can definitely see. It's like in Hotel in the kitchen.
Yep.
Like how many doors you got? 1, 2. You have 3 sets of doors that you can go through.
Yep.
That's when it becomes okay. That's just annoying.
Yeah, exactly. But some of them though, like when I think of like High Rise, they can't really do all that much with doors. They'll have doors for sure off spawn to kind of block the spawn snipers.
Yeah,
that wouldn't surprise me. Invasion, they'll have it.
Well, the regen health, like you can't.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, they'll have that.
I'd imagine the doors would be like going underneath the helicopter bay.
Yep.
Where like the gas, all the pipes and stuff are. Stuff like that. We're probably not even gonna think about it all that much, to be honest, just because, like you said, we've been used to it. But it would have been nice without no doors. Because imagine the speed of this game without doors, and you're just flying through doorways.
Oh, it'd be crazy.
Yeah, it'd be nice.
Yeah, it would be really nice. Yeah, this was just a move that they made that now I think we're gonna have to pay for years and years to come because of, like I said earlier, with the integration of Warzone, where that would make more sense to have doors. there's no way they're going to get rid of it for multiplayer. They're going to try to keep all that stuff like 1-for-1 for each game, which does suck.
Yeah.
But on the bright side, though, with those maps, like when I think of the majority of those maps, I don't think it's going to be as door heavy. And even now, like in the MW2 maps that we have now, it isn't really that door heavy when I think about it. I mean, granted, like something like Hotel, that's got some doors in there.
Yeah.
But in the grand scheme of things, thinking about how those maps, I wonder if they were built differently back then, where they, like the thought process of it, like having more like larger archways and certain paths that don't have doors, because that was just something that they're like, oh yeah, well, we'd rather have it be a big area for open gunfights.
Yeah.
Instead of some like small door that's going to lead into some room.
Yeah. Because
it's not going to see a lot of action.
I'd imagine them like putting in the doors is just, like realism, right? Obviously.
Yep.
And I don't know, I could be capping, but like most of the maps, like you said, they have like big archways, like open concept, like areas, and they'll just stick doors where, there would be doors in real life.
Well, think about like Quarry, right?
Yeah.
Like, bro, Quarry, there's like no doors on that map, barely.
Yeah, like there are going to be doors maybe in the warehouse, like leaving.
Yep.
And the big crane in the middle, I can see a door like going underneath there.
Wasteland can't have doors.
Yeah, maybe in the broken houses.
Yeah, broken houses maybe they'll have doors. Like, but what about in the pit, like in the main?
Yeah, like
are you gonna put doors there? Like that wouldn't make sense.
Yeah,
that'd be weird.
Yeah.
Underpass, that'll have doors. Like if you just look at this image, like they're definitely gonna have doors here and like up top there. But like where all that gunfight, like where the action's happening, like gunfights never happened in those homes. Or, like, those little places. Yeah. They never did. Like I would think maybe something like Subbase might. Like Subbase will have some doors around there, but again, I just don't think that it's going to have as big of an impact as a lot of people are thinking it will.
Yeah. I hope we're right.
Yeah. We're going to eat our words in a couple of months.
I know,
here.
yeah.
Like, I don't think it's going to have that much of an impact. Cue the clown music.
Yeah, I know, like,
Bro, they ruined these maps. They absolutely annihilated them.
Yeah.
But
that's one thing. Like, so all these remastered maps, right? They're obviously going to be at the launch of the game. And now it's confirmed that new maps will be coming in in the season passes, like original maps, which I know we talked about last episode. People are mad that they're not making new maps anymore, but
which isn't true.
Yeah, but then they're also mad that they're not bringing like OG maps back. So like you can't win, obviously, but
of course not.
It's good that they're bringing back these maps. And it's going to bring back a lot of MW2 like fans back, and at least to try it out. And that's good because the people that played MW2, like the OG one, we all have an edge, like automatically.
Yeah.
Like right away.
Yeah. I mean, I know you're the same way in that, like, when we load into this game, we'll immediately, like, the memories.
The routes that we're running.
Yeah, the core memories are going to be unlocked every 10 seconds of, like, okay, I know exactly how to play this map. I remember. And I'm looking forward to that.
We don't have that long. Beta's 2 weeks. No, well, when you guys listen to this next week, October 6th,
which is psychotic.
I'm excited for it.
That.
And then I think the COD Next event is a week that you guys are listening to this on September 30th. I want to say it's either September 30th or October 30th. I want to say it's September. I could be wrong.
Let me go see if it has it here. I'm not too sure.
Yeah, well, while you're looking at that. But the COD Next event, a bunch of content creators are going and they're going to try out the new COD. I'm really, really excited about that.
Yeah. Oh, I am too. Yeah, I can't even find when the heck it is here. Whatever. This is October 5th? Is that what it is?
October 5th? Yeah. I thought that's when the, what is it? The beta is.
Yeah. Trying to see if they have anything prior to that. But
let's see if I can find anything.
Nevertheless, though. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, though. It's going to be cool to actually sit down and be playing the game to see, what they've been talking about. I will be real, though. I do think, personally, this is the MW2 that should have been. They should have launched the game exactly like this and really lived up to the name of MW2 and given us what we wanted. Because now, we were talking about this at Helix, like it's very odd that this is going to be MW3, but there's no MW3 maps in it. Yep. And it's just pretty much a skin of MW2. So they definitely dropped the ball when it comes to like the marketing aspect and like taking advantage of what MW2 should have been. Because this just kind of, it feels weird. Like, I'm not going to complain about it, but I hope that they do a better job of trying to bring in these people who like way more people played MW2 than MW3.
Yeah.
And I hope people realize like, yo, if you were upset about MW2 because it didn't live up to what you were thinking the original was, this is it.
Yeah.
Like, this is what you should, this is what you were thinking in your head.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I looked it up. October 5th is COD Next.
Yep.
And then, which is a Friday. And then October 6th and 7th is the beta for PlayStation players. Sorry.
Gotcha.
And then October 8 and 9 is the open beta.
Gotcha.
Oh, yeah. 8th and 10th of October.
Yeah, man, it's coming up quick.
Yeah, no, it's coming up real quick.
What was the news? I don't know if they had any dates for it or if it's just going to be like with the game at launch. I hope it is. Zombies.
Oh, yeah. So
Is that coming right at launch with the game?
So-
I think it is.
well, there's rumors that Zombies is going to be put into the current game, MW2, in Season 6. Like some form of zombies, which is really interesting. I don't know how they're going to do that.
This isn't good for us, bro.
Yeah, no, it's not.
This isn't good for us.
Because we've got a lot to do in Season 6. Quick.
We've got too much to do.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, don't give me any more content. Because now I'm going to feel obligated to play
No,
zombies.
exactly. If it's like a mission or something,
Yeah.
we have to play.
At least, like,
We have
hopefully it
to.
ranks us up.
Yeah, right? It should.
Yeah. Can you
All of
imagine
it,
it
yeah.
doesn't? The XP's trash.
But that's a rumor. I don't know if it's confirmed, but that'd be really cool if they're introducing like, a new story or something, like a teaser, and then we get to drop into zombies. Because I've seen, footage of the new zombies and it's like open world, I don't know. We'll see how they execute it. We can go back and like clip this again.
Yep.
Clown music again. But what was it? Vanguard, they tried that new zombies, not round based.
Terrible.
It was awful. Yeah, like no one played it.
Yeah.
I feel really bad for the zombies community because the last good zombies was Cold War.
Yeah, they got hoed.
Yeah, and then like even before Cold War, what was that? Black Ops 4
Yeah.
or
Was it-
BO3?
Did Black Ops 4 have zombies?
Maybe, I don't know. I can't remember. I didn't play it,
No.
so maybe I don't think they did.
I don't think it did. Bro, I gotta be checking over here. Black Ops 4
I know we're putting
zombies.
out false information.
Yeah, no, I don't. No, but Black Ops 4 did it? I mean, there's a thing for it saying that it did. I don't remember any of these though. No, it did.
We didn't play it.
No, it did not
Yeah.
play it. I did not play
Yeah.
this at all.
But so I'll say the last memorable one for us was BO3 because I know BO3 had it.
Yeah, no, BO3 definitely had it.
Yeah.
That had that was Shadows of Evil.
Yeah.
Like these were all pretty. Yeah, and Der Eisendrock.
Yep. Yeah.
those were good ones.
Yeah. So I hope for the zombies community's sake, this is good because open world is interesting because I've heard it's a mix between like DMZ too, which obviously you and I didn't play DMZ. It's a cool concept, but if they do it with the zombies, I think it will be really good.
Yeah,
Because off of the clips that we've seen, it's it starts off with your character. It's pitch black out, lightning, storming, and you have to sneak into a house, no lights, and you have to get like supplies and stuff. That sounds fun.
Yeah. No, that's definitely fair. Like I think they should try to be blending it with DMZ. From what we've heard, DMZ is pretty much going to be dead in the water for the next game. But I think there is something like with everything. There's something to grasp from it, and the concept, like you said, is good. But they should try to make zombies fresh, injecting it into that. Because I mean, let's be real. Like, unless Treyarch is making zombies, I don't think it's going to live up to being like one of the top zombies games. It's just not.
Yeah.
Like Treyarch owns zombies; they always do it the best. So it's very hard for any other development team to try to live up to that. That being said, though, if they go the route of trying to develop the story from the Treyarch games, whether that's like with devs who are at Treyarch and they're working alongside them and they kind of put their own spin on it, I think that'll help them a lot. Then on top of trying to like really change it and put some sort of DMZ mode in it where it's got a whole different flavor to it, I think that could that could like raise it up the ranks. I still don't think it'll be at the Treyarch level.
Yeah.
But people won't hate on it like they did the Vanguard one.
Yeah, because what my expectations, what I'm picturing is like a mini horror game, basically, in my head, and it's obviously open world, and it's like a bigger version of like your round-based zombies. You know how in Cold War you have to go and like complete like different trials?
Yep.
I'm picturing that. Obviously, it's not round-based, but you just have to survive.
Yeah.
Like going around. And it's like a horror type game.
Yeah.
Which, like, that sounds really cool to me. But then it could also be, the low expectation of we drop in like Warzone and then you just get like cartoon zombies like coming like chasing you.
Right. You just get, and like regarding story or Easter eggs, like it's pretty slim.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, that's what always Zombies is. Zombies is like, it's a good story. There's Easter eggs in there and like insane wonder weapons and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, and if they don't deliver on those three things, then I lose interest.
Yeah, me too. There has to be some story. I'm only saying like it's horror based off of the little like snippet we saw.
Yep.
And because if it is like that, that looks like a whole separate game to me.
Yeah.
Like mini game. Like I'll stretch it there, but that would be fun.
No, that would be fun.
You know, like if you can do it. I know there's no what is it? PVE or PV? No,
we
PVE.
Talked about this before.
Dude, yeah, whatever.
What it is,
like
one of them.
We're not dropping in with other people and like fighting.
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, like they're not doing that. That's one thing. Like I understand the appeal of doing that in DMZ because like we've dropped into DMZ and we met other people.
Yeah, and it's kind of weird.
It is weird. Like it's fun, but I want them to have like room of making it like a private match. Your own private lobby where you can drop in and do stuff. We might be the only ones like thinking that because everyone wants to go and like talk with new people or whatever. But if we're just grinding like an objective or something like that, I'd rather it just be you and I than risk, other people involved.
Right. And I mean, like they had it in all the Zombies games. Like if you want to go and party up with randos, like you can, So if you want to go in there and like do a level or do like have an area, you could do it by yourself with a friend, or you can go and just party up like with randoms, which I like that, I agree with you. I didn't like the fact that in DMZ from this game that you would be with, like you're jumping in this world and there's a whole bunch of other people. I personally like the
private match.
Say it sounds like weird. Like I like the privacy of it, but it's cool when it's just us and we don't have to worry about other people.
Yeah, no, I get what you mean. I think like for me, it's the risk in quotation marks.
That's fair too.
Because like say we're trying to go and complete a mission or do something, right? And the fact that there's other random people that can come and screw us up.
Right.
Like, dude, I hate that.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
if I died or something because someone else, like, wanted to loot me, and I'm trying to complete a mission, I'd be really annoyed. But obviously, when you're joining, like, a world like that, it's part of the game, right?
Right.
And I've always been like that. Like, going back to the GTA 5 days, right? You can join online, and you're just with everyone in a server.
Right. But what would we do?
Yeah, and rockets are going everywhere. Like, you're always in, like, gunfights, like, just dying. Tanks are spawning everywhere. And that's fun, like, every now and then, but it's just pure chaos. And usually we would just jump into a private match.
Instantly.
Yeah, and it's just, like, you, me, a couple other friends, and, like, we just go do our own thing in the world. And like we just have fun in our little group.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's fun in the private sense of that. Like you maybe like want to just play with your friends.
Yeah.
Within that sandbox and not have a bunch of people that can screw it up. And you can complete stuff too with just the people that you have. Like when we talked about it. Not with Spec Ops. What am I thinking of? With the raid. Yeah, with the raid episodes. That's the one drawback. Like we will talk about this when we do our review, but like a little snippet of it, that's something I didn't like is that you had to have another person to do it. Meaning you had to have 3 people. Because not everybody has that. Yeah. And a lot of people you're kind of screwed if you don't have it. And then you go down the route of being with a random and the chance that random like leaves, doesn't care, or is like just blatantly bad at the game, like those chances can be quite high.
Yeah.
And like, you imagine when we were doing some of the Easter eggs in Cold War and zombies, And like it was just you and me, and like we would struggle with them and trying to make sure to get through all like the parts quick when we would lose. Can you imagine if you had to have 4 people?
Yeah.
Like we wouldn't do them.
Yeah, it's just so much harder because, again, like I don't know how you scale and like cut back on that, right? Because it is hard. Like I don't know the solution.
Yeah.
With like Adam Grad, for example, like the raid episodes, I understand why you needed 3 people because it was fun. Like it was all puzzles. Like it was teamwork, right? But I don't know how you would scale that back to just like 2 people because you could tell that was built off of having 3 people.
Right.
You needed 3 people.
Right.
So I don't know how you can scale that from like, 1 person all the way up to like 3 or 4 people.
Yeah.
It's a tough challenge, and I understand that, but we like having the option to go in and doing it like by yourself or with other people, because then that opens a door, for everyone to try it. Because, like you said, like you and I play together the majority of the time. Like we don't have a third.
Yeah.
Like none of our friends play COD. So if we didn't go out and like make friends and like of other people that play COD, we wouldn't have anyone to play with.
Right.
We just wouldn't play it.
Yeah.
And we're forced to.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we can get a third. It'd be a lot harder for us to get a 4th.
Yeah.
But some of these games are like, again, thinking about like Cold War. I mean, we were able to do those Easter eggs by just the 2 of us.
Yeah.
Now you could do it with 3 and you could do it with 4. Now I can't remember. I want to say that you can in like the World at War zombies and beyond that. Most of those Easter eggs, I think they were the same thing. Is that you can do them with like just by yourself.
Yeah,
I believe so. Don't quote me on that because I haven't played every single one of them, but I do remember some of them, like Shino Numa and Dare Reese. Like you could do those by yourself.
Yeah.
But again, it's like the idea of the agency to be allowed. Like it gives you the option. You could do it with by yourself. You could do it with 2 people. If you got 3, great. 4, like that's awesome.
Yeah. The thing is, with the old zombies, you could do it by yourself, like you said. And if you had more people, it would make it easier. But I like what Cold War did is you and we could do it just the 2 of us. But if the more people you have, it scales like the task is the same.
Yep.
But it scales like the difficulty of like the round. Like more zombies will come.
Right.
And they'll be a lot harder to kill and stuff. But again, like I don't know what the solution is for raid because you can't scale like a puzzle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if it's a 3-part puzzle, and like 1 person needs to be here, 1 person needs to be there, 3rd person has to be in another room. Like I don't know how you scale that down to just like 1 person or 2 people. Like you can't, and unless they come up with some creative way. Because like in episode 4 of Adam Grad, you know how we were like we had to go to the different like switches to pull the numbers.
Yeah.
Like we were like, oh yeah, we're at 0 through 9.
Right.
That would have been so hard with 2 people, but with that challenge I thinking like, oh, you can just extend the time period for 2 people.
Yeah, I was thinking that, or another one I was thinking of was, I can't remember, I think it was episode 2 with you have to go underwater and you're handing the oxygen off.
Yeah.
Right. Like they could have it as if you only have like you have the oxygen and it's timed, so you have to go through it quick.
Yeah.
Or they have like certain holes within like like they're just like spots where you can jump up to get air.
Yeah.
And then like recharge the oxygen and go back down. Like there are solutions for some of them.
Yeah.
But to your point, there are situations where they're like real head scratchers. You're like, oh man, like I wouldn't know how to scale that for just 1 person.
Yeah, exactly. And
or 2 people.
Yeah. And like what you're saying with that, like my thing would be, right, if you're doing that for like 1 person, right, then you would have to create a whole new section of the map just for those solo people.
Right. That's what we're getting at.
You would have to, like now you're playing with 2 people, that part would have to be removed.
Right.
Somehow.
I think what we're getting at is that
there's no easy answer.
Well, that and that either way, it's a lot more work for the dev.
Exactly. Yeah,
like if they're gonna make the game more accessible for people, that requires a lot more work instead of just okay, you have to play with 4 people. Screw you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is like kind of what they did. They're like, oh yeah, you got to play with 3 people to do this.
Yeah.
If you can't, well, that sucks.
Yeah. And like again, granted, we're lucky enough to have a third person,
Right.
and it was fantastic.
Yeah.
Like, that's what we'll say about like Adam Grad and Raid. Like, it was great.
Yeah.
And it, when they made it with 3 people in mind, it worked perfectly.
Oh yeah, it did. No, it was executed beautifully.
Yeah.
So that's what I hope that they do if they go down the line of something like this with zombies, where it's like in the vein of Raid, where you have to do this with like a certain amount of people, or like, you know, if you want to complete the challenge that's in there or the Easter egg, it is it's required that you have a minimum of 3 people or 2 people. I kind of hope that it's like you could do it by yourself. You could do it with a squad of 4.
Yeah, I hope so too. And, you know, if it's open world, it's open world, I really hope we can just, you know, have a private server, private match anytime like we want to load in, and we can just jump in. And if you want to load in with, you know, a bunch of other people, you can do that too.
Yeah.
We just want more of that.
Yeah, and I want more of the story.
Yeah,
You know, there were some leaks that people and some teasers that people came across that were kind of teasing towards like some of the original characters from the zombie series, which I love that. That's been my only gripe with zombies over the past, you know, however long, over a decade that it's been around, is there's a really good story, and then Infinity War comes in.
Yeah.
And then, you know, Sledgehammer comes in, and then Raven comes in. And it's like, okay, now we're back to Treyarch. So what was that story again? Like, there's a delay. And I wish that the devs would always be working to be like, okay, zombies is its own thing. Like, you know, you shouldn't have to, like it's Netflix and wait over a year for the next season to come out. I always like these stories. Like, I wish Cold War we could just have picked up right from where Cold War left off, because I think it left off kind of like on a little Easter egg, or like a cliffhanger, I should say. But like, have we gotten that resolved yet? No.
Yeah. And from what I've heard and like seen and stuff, like this is continuing, you know, the zombie story.
Yeah.
And again, like Vanguard, I know Vanguard had like the OG characters, but we don't know anything because we didn't play it.
Right.
So I don't know if like that even ties into what this new zombies is. It'll be interesting because, you know, we play open world games, but the one critique that we have about open world games is that you get lost from the story because you get like all these different side quests that you're doing and stuff. But granted, like that's based off like a whole game. This isn't an entire new game.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yeah, I hope it's that. And then another thing that I like from like particular open world games, I hope with this that there's not a lot of hand holding as to like how you do things. That's what I loved about the original zombies from like the older CODs, is that you would just have to figure this out. You'd have to listen to the sound cues of whatever's going on. You'd have to use your brain a couple like times to be able to actually figure stuff out, instead of them being like, objective this.
Yeah.
Objective completed. Now do this. It's like, okay, like I don't want the whole the hand holding as much.
Yeah. And I think Treyarch's done like a really good job with that, because these Easter eggs, I mean, like you can't figure it out unless you're all working together trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
Like it's so random. Like shoot this after you get this part, and you know, like I know the zombie community. Like I watch Noah J.
Yep.
When he does zombies, like he'll be streaming and everyone in chat is like, try this, try that, try this.
Right.
And then, you know, he's usually one of the first few people in the world that figures it out because of the whole zombies community.
Right.
Like they're just telling him what to do and ends up figuring it out. Then he'll put out like a guide, which is great for us because we don't need to go in.
Yeah.
And, you know, but like it's hard, obviously.
Oh yeah, it's still hard.
Yeah.
But after a while, when you do that stuff, like the people who are in the zombies community, like you start to kind of gain intuition for what the game's gonna do.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with the guy PS5 Trophies, Brian from PS5 Trophies. Him, or like Power Picks, because it's like, if people don't know, like I used to die hard trophy hunt, and these guys, like when they would do these collectibles for Uncharted, they'd be like, you know, 100-some collectibles, all these random spots. I remember that guy saying, Brian, he was like, oh man, like after a while doing this, you just get an idea of what they're gonna do, where they're gonna put certain things, how they're gonna place it, like all that stuff. So it's the same thing with the zombies people. Like they're so on it because they've done it so many times. They're like, oh, you probably have to do this. Like, if I was Treyarch, what would I do?
Yeah.
How would I make this Easter egg? So
Yeah,
it's cool.
like the no round base is like interesting to me, and like that whole concept. Like we won't get too deep into that, but I see a lot of potential with it just being like big, like open world map, and you have to travel like 1,500 meters to the other side to like do this Easter egg in this section, you know?
Yeah.
And it'll be cool. I'm really hoping that they do a good job with it. I'm looking forward to it. And, you know, it might come out in season 6. Well, like, you know, part of it.
Yeah, man. I mean, like wrapping up, like when we finish with season 5 here, dude, like I sure hope they don't do this. Like, I mean, part of me does want it because it would be cool. Like, don't get me wrong. But man, so like right now, we're both like, I think I'm like 125 or 1025. You're like 1037. Double XP did get popped. Thank Christ.
Yeah.
You know, they blessed us here right at the end. But we've got, I think, 8 days left now. At the time of recording this.
Yeah.
And then when season 6 comes out, it's going to be a short season.
Yep.
And we've got double XP tokens. I'm slamming them. I hope that Infinity Ward 2, they bless us as well.
Please, yeah.
And they're just like, yeah, just give them double XP, whatever.
We got 200 levels, most likely.
Yeah, exactly. So I want to try to like plow through those as quick as I can. And if they throw zombies on top of this, I'm going to be like, man, that's the last thing I'm doing on this game. Like, I don't want to play it at all right now. We need to finish the game.
Yeah, and yeah, with season 5, like when you guys listen to this, there's only going to be like a day left.
Yeah.
And hopefully by that time, you and I are at max level. And we can just play ranked.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, like it's coming up like quick. And you and I have to rank up because I don't know if double XP is still on because they had that like free trial over the weekend.
Yeah, we'll have to find
Anybody
out tonight.
can play. My hopes are not high.
Yeah,
but,
I mean, I'm praying.
Yeah,
you can go check once we finish up.
Yeah.
Still,
we're in a good spot though. It's just we do still have to hustle.
Yeah, it's always stressful. I wouldn't be stressed if I had 5 levels left.
Yeah,
that's the only time I wouldn't be stressing. But I have more than that. I got more than 10 levels, so I'm like,
yeah,
I'm like it's still a bit of a grind.
You have like a little over 20. Something?
Yeah, like 21 levels, 22 levels, you know.
Yeah, like that's not a lot, but it's a good amount of games.
Yeah, it's going to be like just playing like pubs for the next few days, just like grinding out, like playing like 7-8 games or something like that and just winning and getting hopefully like a level a game or close to it.
Yeah. It's probably going to be like two games a level.
Yeah. That's what we're shooting for right now.
Yeah.
You know, but overall though, man, like this like since we're coming to the end of this season, this was a very it felt long for me, honestly. It did feel quite long. I did like some of the bundles that have come out from it, which I mean they did a lot this season regarding it. And the maps too. I think this season honestly had the best maps.
Yeah,
that they added.
Yeah, I mean
Vondel, was it Waterfront? Was that map in season 5 or was that 4?
Dude, I don't even.
We're losing track, bro.
I think it was 5 in the beginning.
Yeah,
like right in the launch. Yeah.
I mean, it feels like this map's been around for so long, but
just because we keep playing it,
I know, dude.
Over and over
Yeah.
again. Like, I mean, let's just say it. Like there aren't that many maps that have been added to the game that have been good.
Yeah.
So, like really good that stand out, but this season, you know, the maps haven't been that bad added, and you know, I personally this season for me has gone by really, really fast.
Oh, really?
Like, yeah, I can't believe it's we only have like 8 days left or something like that. Granted, I did have that like week vacation.
Yeah.
So I lost a whole week of progress, but
right. Yeah, think about the maps here. Like, yeah, Strike was in there. That was really good. I mean, the gunfight maps we never played. No, it was not. Vondel must have been season 4 then.
Reloaded.
Yeah, Punta Mar.
Oh yeah, it's all right.
I didn't think it was a great map.
Yeah,
I've had decent games on it, but I don't like it. It's kind of annoying, bro. The unsung hero of this game, my boy DRC Zone 1.
Yeah, yeah.
I fucking love this map.
I like the map. It's just simple. We talked about it last episode. I just responded to someone on TikTok about it because they said it was dog shit. And I was like,
you're tripping.
Well, I mean, look at the map pools that we have like to compare it to though. Like,
yeah.
It's pretty like am I gonna remember this like next year, like
Will I
3
remember?
seasons in?
No.
No, I won't.
No.
But out of the pool of maps that we have, it's pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, oh no, exactly. Like, yeah. Don't get it twisted. I don't think this like enters the top 5 maps of all
No.
time. But like, regarding the quality of maps on this game, which I think are kind of bad.
Yeah.
I think this is a really good map. I think this could have easily been in the launch maps, and it would have already been a top map.
Yeah.
It
and-
rivals a lot of those.
Yeah, I think a lot of people that, listen to us sometimes, they forget that, again, we're glass is half full type of people.
Yep.
But we are, these maps are not good.
Yes,
like they're
straight up.
not. Like they're not. If, we go into MW3, the map I'm probably going to remember the most is like Hotel.
Yeah.
Most likely.
Yeah. For me, it's probably Fortress.
Yeah.
Just because I do like that map.
I like Fortress too.
Not Fortress
But
Control,
it's-
but anything else Fortress.
Yeah.
I like. Yeah, there's just certain maps like from every COD that you do remember. You'll remember the name of it. Like for me, whatever reason from Cold War, even though I'm totally blanking on it right now and I literally can't remember it. It's the one with the plane in the middle. Like it's inside, like in the hangar. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh,
In
yeah.
Cold
I know what
War.
you're talking about.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of that map.
I don't
But
either.
like that's the map that comes to mind.
Yeah. Mine is Moscow.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
Moscow's true. Yeah. So there's always some good ones or bad ones that come to mind, but no,
Yeah.
I do think this season was pretty solid. I mean, man, they crushed it this season with the bundles.
Yeah, the bundles.
Yeah, they had this was the one with Graves. They had Snoop. They had Nicki.
Yeah.
They had who was the rapper that they had in there? That I'm thinking of.
Oh, 21.
Yeah, 21 Savage.
He's in there. Yeah.
they had him in there.
I like they're adding all this stuff at the end.
Yeah,
it's-
I don't get that.
Yeah, I don't either. Just launch it in the beginning. Like,
Yeah,
if you
imagine
can.
the game launched with Nicki Minaj.
Yeah, with all this. Yeah. And
Instead of like, well, there's 20 people playing it now. Like, no one cares anymore.
yeah, and this season, like you said, it's coming to an end. Season 6, it's going to be a hustle. It's going to be a grind. You and I have a handful more of levels. Ranked right now is on the back burner for us. Just again, like I said, this season's been going fast for me. I haven't felt like stressed
Right.
to like hit a level
Yeah.
like until this season.
Yeah. No,
And,
same here.
Like, yeah, I'm cutting it close, and like, we're Diamond 2 right now in
Yeah.
ranked, which is not where we want to be. Like,
Yeah.
we're gonna reset again.
Yeah, I know exactly. We're going to have to reset again. But yeah, I'm with you, man. Like, I feel the stress of trying to just get this done. Like, I got to go eat, and then I want to just go home and like shower and like record speed and then just try to play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anytime you can get like a few levels in, it's good.
Yeah.
Because I played a lot the past like an extra like hour or two here and there, just
Yep.
getting. Because I was telling you the math I did. I was like, I need to do 5 levels every day
Yep.
to get to
The 1050.
1050.
Yeah.
And I've reduced that now to like 2 levels a day or something like that.
Which is doable.
Yeah, completely doable.
Yeah.
So it eases my stress, but at the same time, it's like no double XP.
Yeah.
So it's gonna take longer.
Yeah, exactly. When they had the double XP, like if it's still going on tonight, like I'll be happy.
Yeah.
Because that'll just be like that's one extra day there that we can lock in the bank where we're gonna probably double the amount of levels that we would have done normally.
Yeah. I took advantage of this double XP. I caught up.
Yeah. No,
From this,
definitely
yeah.
you did. So we're just about like at the same levels again. You're a bit higher than me now, which is perfect. Like that's where we need to be.
Yeah.
So we got to close it out, and then probably in 137, bro. Hopefully, then we'll have this season 6 roadmap.
Yeah.
and we'll get to see what they're gonna end this game with. Bro.
Yeah. And we're gonna have a really like in-depth review of season 6.
Oh yeah, big time.
Or no, not season 6. MW2. Like overall, we are gonna do like a recap of season 6 and stuff too.
But yeah, that one you're gonna want to go get your popcorn, get your sody pops.
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
gonna get a beer.
Yeah.
You're gonna
'Cause
have to lock in.
I don't know how many people can say. It might actually be a lot higher than I think, but we've played 1,250 levels of this game and have clocked in plenty of hours in ranked.
Yeah, yeah. We've put in again. Probably when it's all said and done, we're at around 700 hours in this game.
Yeah, and again, we're just your everyday Joe just playing.
So it's
not
going to
streamers,
be
professionals, or anything.
So it's going to be one of the most unbiased reviews because we don't get any hate from the developers.
Yeah.
They don't know anything about us. We're just normal people playing this game.
Yep.
Who literally sold our lives to it. So we will let you know.
Yeah, we got our money's worth.
Oh, yeah, bro. That's the thing. We were talking about this last night. We'll close on it, man. The fact that games are $70 is bullshit.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that there's some games that should be absolutely ashamed of themselves that they charge $70.
Yeah, they shouldn't be.
You know?
At all.
There's no way you can tell me that Red Dead 2 should get the same like price charge as something like I don't even know, man. I'm trying to think like F1 2023.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way. I'm an F1 fan or FIFA. Like, there's no way that Red Dead 2 costs $70 and NFL 23 or 24, whatever it is, costs $70. There is such a gap.
Yeah, I agree. I'm like
effort.
I'm like that with the remasters and remakes.
Yeah. They
should not be charging full price of a game that already came out.
No.
Even if it's remastered or, whatever.
Yeah. I will, like, my amendment to that on my end, you can agree with me or not, is I think the only time that is worthwhile is when you get something like Resident Evil, where they do like a full-on remaster reimagining of that game, where there's really they're borrowing the story from the old game, but everything else is pretty much brand new.
Yeah.
Well,
then that's like a new game then.
Yeah, like that's how I end up treating those. Like, it's a new version.
I don't buy any remasters just because I played it once, and if you're not going to give me a discount for buying your game and you want me to buy it again because the graphics are slightly better, I don't care enough. Like, I know some people will, and they'll argue that, you have to. Like, the graphics are just so much better. And it's like, yeah, you can if you want, but I already know the story.
Yeah, exactly.
What's the point of buying it again and playing it through? Because back when I played it, the nostalgia I had, like, that feeling was probably way different than how I feel now.
Yeah. Like, I will pay limited money for those games.
Yeah.
I'll leave it at that.
Yeah. And just wrapping it up with like Call of Duty and that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're $70 for this game. We definitely got our money's worth.
Yeah. We're talking pennies per day to play this game.
Yeah. Yeah. And surprisingly enough, a lot of people are like, you guys talk so highly of COD. Activision has to be like paying you guys. No. Thank you for like thinking that.
That's hype.
No, Activision doesn't care about it.
No, they don't know who we are. We don't get any money from them.
Yeah.
If we did, which would be nice, we would be hella biased.
Yeah.
But we'll tell you like it is.
COD Next, Activision.
Exactly.
If you want us to
let us know. Yeah. No, it's going to be a very good review. So everybody who's listening right now, again, like, we thank you so much for sticking through to the end. But yeah, it's gonna be a big time review. Like, we're gonna be pushing it, really going into every single thing about that game.
Yeah, so get your popcorn. Yeah, just get your food.
Yeah,
put it.
This will be a perfect, like, they say people like you can't eat food without YouTube. I'm one of those people, bro. This one, make a whole goddamn like 4-course meal.
Yeah, just put it in the background.
Yeah,
you'll want to hear it if you're a COD fan.
If you're a COD fan, for sure.
Yeah, but I think we wrapped up everything, dude.
I think that does it, brother.
Next week, season 6, hopefully.
Yep.
And but
that's it, dog.
Guys, if you're listening on YouTube or watching on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe. We're on all audio platforms, anchor.fm/the COD Casuals. We're on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Music, all that jazz. We're posting on Instagram Reels, TikTok too. We've been getting a lot of followers lately, so we appreciate you guys a lot.
Absolutely.
If you guys want to just see little snippets of the podcast and don't want to listen to the whole thing, go over to that. Make sure to check out like our guest playlist too, because we've had people like Alley Cat, which definitely go out and check it out. We got Denzon, general manager of the Boston Breach, T-Dog, and Sammy from the Boston Breach too. So definitely go check all that stuff out.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think that's it, man.
I think we're good, bro.
Well, thank you everyone for listening. This has been episode 136 of the COD Casuals. We're your host, Justin.
Now, Mike.
And we'll see you guys next week.
Take it easy, everybody.
See ya.